budgeting, GST and GST at MSME Institute and District Industrial Center. Faculty for Company Law, E-Filing, TDS and Income Tax filing, GST at various branches of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He is a faculty for the Income Tax Department for TDS and Statement of Financial Transaction. Served in various capacities such as Joint Secretary, Honorary Secretary, Vice President and Senior Vice President and President of TMA, Thrissur Management Association, an association affiliated with the All India Management Association. During the tenure as President of Thrissur Management Association, TMA bagged runner-up in Best Local Management Award from All India Management Association, New Delhi. Presently nominated member, All India Management Association Council, apex body of the management profession in India. He served as a chairman, Sikasa of Thrissur branch of SIRC. During the period, Thrissur branch and Sikasa secured Best Branch Award and Southern Region of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Served as chairman, vice chairman, and treasurer of Thrissur branch of SIRC of ICI. Served as chairman of the Thrissur branch of SIRC of ICI during 2011-12. During that period, the branch secured Best Commendable Performance Award in the national level from ICI New Delhi. Also secured the Best Branch Award in the regional level from Southern Region Council, Chennai. During the tenure as chairman of Thrissur branch of SIRC, branch acquired land and building for its new branch premises, where a new, very beautiful building is there. He is a qualified diploma in information system audit of ICI, qualified post-qualification course on diploma in international trade laws and World Trade Organization of ICA, is a qualified lawyer, Bachelor of Law, undergone executive education program, management and finance for experienced chartered accountants at Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, also an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad. Is a graduate in chemistry from St. Thomas College. From the above, you can see that wherever Sony has served as a chairman or president, he has brought laurels to the place. He has already qualified for a lawyer, chartered accountant. He's a international trade law expert and many other expertise he's having. So with these few words of introduction, I welcome Sony CL to present his paper.
Thank you, Manoj, for nice words of introduction. The respected President of Thrissur Management Association, my Guru, Dr. V.M. Xavier sir, Senior Vice President of TMA, my good friend, Engineer Vinod Manjala, another entrepreneur from Thrissur, and past presidents of TMA, VP Joseph sir is also a jury for business plan, many of our business plan contest, and a retired banker from South Indian Bank, and managing committee member, Ms. Joy Joseph, and of course, my beloved mentor, T.N. Ramasamy sir, who is always supporting the TMA for evaluating the business plan, and Achita Menon, managing committee members, my dear students. I am extremely delighted to interact with you today on the topic business plan, how to develop an effective business plan. You know, for a chartered accountants, we are supporting many of the entrepreneurs and industry business for preparing their business plan. For you also, we are studying a lot in your B school for preparing for the business. And of course, my association with the Thrissur Management Association, I can see many of our students very much interested in business plan. We started in TMA, the business plan 11 years back, as rightly mentioned by our president, Dr. V.M. Xavier sir, our then managing committee member and past president of TMA, Engineer Christo George, is put up this idea. We have to create some entrepreneurs from Thrissur. We have to create entrepreneurship among students. He's voluntarily offered the sponsorship for the business plan contest that every year he's supporting the TMA. While associated with this all business plan contest, sometime as a jury, sometime as a supporter, and I have involved all these business plan contests. I still remember the first business plan contest was conducted at Kerala Agriculture University Agri-Business School. Then Director Dr. Sukumar was the coordinator for that program that point of time. After 10 years back, when I was attending one of the program in Malappuram Management Association, immediately before my speech, there was a entrepreneurial address. Then after the program finished and we were interacting, then this young entrepreneur came to me, sir, I was participant of business plan contest of the Thrissur Management Association, the first business plan contest, and he was part of the winner of that business plan contest. Later, he became an entrepreneur. Rest is history. I'm not naming, but after seeing that, I'm so happy the Thrissur Management Association to empower the student fraternity, especially the B school students. It's really worth. Today, I am spending with you around 45 minutes while you have a presentation, and thereafter we'll have a interaction also. I'm not going to all the intricacies of the preparation of the business plan or how to make it effective. Whatever I see, some of the labs or some points which always our students not emphasizing our business plan, that I will highlight. And today I'm very happy to see the presence of all jury members like T.A. Ramasamy sir is very expert in this area. So let me start. I will start with sharing my screen. Manoj, the screen is visible?
Yeah, screen is visible, Sony.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay. Thank you. When we talk about the business plan, I always remember engineer Christo George. Not only because he sponsored the business plan contest prize, but because he himself a entrepreneur. Now the entrepreneurs are the household names in everywhere, like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs, who maybe. We have a classic example from TMA itself, which engineer Christo George. The Manoj may be recollecting when we are studying schools and college, that point of time. In Kerala, we have power cut. Sometime voltage will drop so that a tube will not work like that. So we will find opportunity not to study when power cut is there. So that point of time, the young engineer, the engineer Christo George, find out a solution for that. That point of time, plenty of business enterprises started here, UPS, inverters, and so on. Then, of course, we have to adapt to the changes. That point of time, it was electricity was the problem. The later he moved to solar panel, solar energy, and of course, the latest trend is the e-vehicle. So he's not remained as such, starting with the product of a UPS or inverter. Then he moved to the ladder by creating or adapting changes according with the changes happening in the society. Anyway, this is one of the classic example. Definitely, all these entrepreneurs are your source of motivation or inspiration for young MBA students like you. Meanwhile, let me ask one question. How many of you have participated in the business plan contest of the Thrissur Management Association? You can put yes or no in the chat box. I would like to see some of the response. Okay. So let us move further. This is the present, this is the statistics available after the economic survey. Our entrepreneurs or startups, almost 49,000 startups has been recognized by Indian government, and they have created 4.7 lakhs, 4.70, 4,70,000 jobs in a year. And we have around 38 unicorns, that is $1 billion companies. And especially this pandemic period also, we have added 12 unicorn companies from India. India is the third largest startup system in the world. So we have, the government has been given a lot of benefits and lot of procedural relaxation in terms of taxation and other compliances. So that startup area is flourishing in India. While preparing the business plan, many times we are not studying the what is the business or what we are going to do with that business. Actually, this business plan is the story of a business that we are presenting either before a banker or before an investor or maybe for some competition also. The story, the content may be same, more or less same, but the requirement of each stakeholder is different. If banker's perspective, always banker will think about whether he'll be able to repay the finance, whether the strength of the business is that much is there. In the case of venture capitalist, he is looking towards maybe after 5 years or 10 years, when I am exiting from the business, how much value I can add. If X amount is put in this particular venture, whether it can be grow up to 10x or 20x like that. Anyway, in all business plans, the businesses are same. The basic principle are same. You can see one business of Reliance and a Kirana shop. Or maybe the basic idea is purchasing goods or services at a rate and selling to our customers. In the Kirana shop, also he is selling at a price which will contribute his pocket. Similarly, it can be a Reliance industry also, maybe importing the petroleum and thereafter creating petroleum products, and ultimate aim is to make profit out of this business. There is a selling price, there is a cost, and there is a margin, there is a break-even sale. Everything is there. Whether a small business or big business, the basic principles are same. Yes, initially we have to study the product or service or solution, what we are going to give to the society. You can see while you selecting the product or service, whether it is useful to the society, whether it is solving any solution of the society, this aspect is to be meticulously monitored. Otherwise, I can see many cases, many entrepreneurs start with some product or service, whatever may be, in the anticipation that it will flourish in long term. Sometimes it won't happen because they have not studied whether this product having any useful value to our system, whether it is enhancing the value to the customer. Instead of that, I have invented something, but it is not able to commercialize. That is, that the invention may be a product, but it may not have the useful life. You can see many of the startups are failing just because one of the reason is this. Then also we have some other issues we'll discuss in the due course of our discussion. And let me see some of our new technology startups. The Byju's app. It is addressing a solution to the problem. Now, maybe because of the COVID also, everything went to virtual. Yes, lockdown time, we have ordered many things from our hotels. Zomato is there. Similarly, you can see where while we traveling solutions here, of course, you know, when you are traveling, the basic issue is charging excess amount by the transporters, maybe auto wala, maybe car wala, they are charging highest. Now, Uber and Ola, the click of mouse, they will come here. Sometime the charges are very less. Then, of course, Geo, as rightly mentioned initially, we have discussed about the electricity problem in Kerala. Now, the present stage of students is lack of data or internet. The Geo provide the solution for that. Geo got 100 million customers in 170 days. And how they penetrated in the market, everything is history. And we have, apart from the Air and BNB, we have lot of OYO like that. A lot of startups are there. Here, they're providing a solution for our lodging, while especially traveling major cities. We have to pay bigger amount if you staying in a big hotel, but all the amenities are not required. You may need bread and breakfast. The Airbnb come out with that solution. So, my dear students, my humble submission to you, please see when you designing a product or service, please see this aspect, whether this my product or solution or service is providing or any solution to my issues in the society. Then it is very easy to make it's a bigger company like this. Let me move to, we have a lot of other examples or like this. So the business idea, it should be a novel idea, it should be useful, it should be commercially feasible product or service. So that point is to be kept in mind, because you are presenting your story, you are presenting your business before a jury or an investor. So it should be very meticulously analyzed. At this point only, you can arrive what are the costs associated with the business. And many times I felt miserably bad while seeing the some of the business plans prepared by entrepreneurs. Sometimes bank will ask them, how much amount do you want as a loan from this bank? He has no answer, because He has not studied all the aspects, how much raw material is required, all these, whether like when it is the break-even sale will happen, how much capacity I have to use, how much is the return of investment, all these aspects has not been studied. I'm not going to the technical jargons. Let us now move to the market and supply. The IBM for Thomson Watson, initially it was a typewriting company, then they started the personal computer and they further moved. I'm not selling any product. I'm only selling uses of the product. May I repeat? I'm not selling any product. This is a statement he has made when the personal computer is selling at a larger level. I'm not selling any product. I'm not selling the computer. I am only selling the uses of the product. This is the one of the greatest point you have to take, because you can sell your product or service based on the uses to the customer or the stakeholder. Then you are normally in the B school, students are very smart in preparing the market structure, whether how many competitors are there, who are the customers, what are, how the distribution channel is there, how it is they are receiving the last mile customer, how trends, competitive advantages are. You are very smart in this area, but you have to see how much is the market size, whether you are serving the niche market or mass market. All these things has to be you meticulously study. Then the market segmentation, I'm not going to the details of these aspects, differentiation of your product and pricing strategy. As just now I discussed about the geo, how they enter into the market by penetrating pricing, then barriers of entry. Of course, the new technology will definitely help you in scale up your business. Then market changes, mixed strategies, all these things you can put it into different umbrellas and it can be included in your business plan. Then let us move to the operations. I'm just due to the, I think we have 15 to 20 minutes more. I would like to take more time on the finance part. So I'm not going in details about the operations. Operations, many times the operation strategy may not be aligned with the requirement of the customer or society. Let me just try to show a video. 1 second. Manoj, is it audible? Anybody please respond?
Yes, Sony, it's
yes,
audible.
yes. Yes, this is a small video. This is a audio of the Domino's.
Sound is very less, but
Yes, you can see the gentleman is living in Mumbai. Always order for the pizza only when the traffic is full, because the Domino's pizza saying that if it is not delivered within 30 minutes, your Domino's pizza is free. He never expected it will come within the time. That is a crux of this video, and he expect to this free. While deciding the operating strategy, you should take care all these aspects, because within that 5 kilometer radius, in order to supply this your food to the customer, you need to be having strong distribution network. It is something like that. It is something like a cheetah. If you are going for a 100-meter race, you have to spend a lot of power within a short span of time. Similarly, sometime you may be like elephant. You are producing a number of masses. You have invested a lot in that industry. Then accordingly, you have to change your operation strategy accordingly. The same time, the cheetah, its character is different. In the case of elephant, the character is quite different. So you have to change and shape your operation strategy according to that. Then processes, control, experience, supply, systems, location, and environment. And of course, a lot of regulatory controls also there that you have to take in consideration while preparing the business plan. Then many of the cases, it is very important to focus and promote the highlight the management, the team which is behind this business plan. It is quite important. The reason why, if good management is not there, then the chances of failing that business is much more. Let me borrow a quote from a venture capitalist. A good management team can make it in a poor market or a declining industry. That is, good management can make it. But a weak team won't survive even in the boom markets. So you have to show the essential difference of your management team. What are the skills required? You have that experience, then you can put your organization structure and how the controls are working, how the management is working, what is the organization structure. These are all very important, because especially when angel investor or venture capitalist or banker who is going to invest in your business is always see your business idea may be good, your marketing plan may be good, the person behind the business also to be good. In many of the corporate mergers and demergers, this is something like in our real life, it is something like a marriage and divorce. In corporate world also, we are seeing a lot of mergers and demergers. So in all these aspects, we have to see the management team is having sufficient skill and experience. So you have to project that you have such and such experience in this particular field for so and so area, or you have undergone the training in that particular area. That is very much important. Otherwise, you cannot make impression among the investors or bank or whoever may be interested in your business plan. And of course, many of the business you can see, you heard a lot about this Kodak film. They were not adaptable to change. As a result, what happened to the Kodak company? It is no more. In our younger days, the Kodak is the only name in the photography segment. Now everything taken over by the smartphones. Other classic example, which is, you can see the Wipro company. Wipro company, when it was started, is dealing its some oils and FMCG products, and now later on become a big software company. So you have a plan to adapt to the changes. Then while you preparing your proposals, you should be clear in your mind what you propose to do, how you propose to do it, where you propose to do it, when you propose to do it, why you will succeed, what you need to enable you to carry out the plan, whatever returns you offer. All these points you should study, because many cases the proposal is failing because the study in this particular points has not been done properly. Because you should be very clear what you are going to do, how you are going to do, where you are going to do, when, why. All these questions you should answer. The propositions, why will you succeed? Ask for what you want, what you have invested, closing the deal. Closing the deal means once the venture capitalist is entered into the business, they have to go from the business after some point of time, creating value to their investment. So you should have some exit strategy in your business plan, because when you are going to meet a investor, he always see his interest is to invest X amount of money in your business and make it 10x or more than that for a period of 5 years or 10 years span of time. So he's always looking towards that existing strategy. So if you are, whenever maybe you are starting a startup or some other small enterprises, and when during the growth stage, you may be going to meet many of these investors like venture capitalists or angel investors and so on, then this point should be very clear and it should be there in your business plan. In many of the business plan, let me move to the financial side. Many of the business plan, what is the problem is, as I mentioned earlier about the question of a bank manager, about how much amount of money you want from the bank to invest in your business, he has no idea, because we are failing in assessing the cost of project and means of finance. Cost of the project, nothing but the how much amount you require to start a enterprise. Probably you have to procure some plant and machinery, you have to construct some interior for your business, and so on. So suppose your cost of project, maybe you can add your working capital also. If you fail to add some working capital to your cost of the project, then chances are there, because your working capital cycle is very much important, because otherwise you have to burn a lot of money. For that you might not have any money in your pocket. So the suppose your cost of the project is 10 lakh and you are investing say 2 lakhs in that business. Okay, you are asking for 8 lakhs from banker or whoever maybe, or your friends, relatives, or angel investors, bank, and so on. Many cases this cost of the project is 10 lakh. Means of finance, sometime I see many of the business plans, it is more than that, maybe 20 lakhs like that, because you are asking for money which is not required for the business. As a result, what is happening while examining, especially the business plan contest, our jury will meticulously look into your financial plan. They deeply look into that angle because they are very experienced and have a lot of experience in that particular area. And just borrowing from the bank and keeping it cash, that means your running cost is increasing. You are unnecessarily paying interest, unnecessarily carrying large number of inventory, huge number of inventory, which is not required for the business. So the cost of the project and means of finance is a paramount important in your financial plan. Based on that only, the other statements like your position, balance sheet, your profitability, statement of profit and loss account, your forecast, everything depends on your based on this document. So please take care. My humble submission is that please take care. You involve all the cost, all the involved in starting the project under the cost of the project, and also see what are the means of finance. Because as mentioned earlier, why we are failing to ask how much money is required from the investor or bank, as the case may be, just because we are not given a serious attempt to prepare this particular area. Then of course you have to identify how much is the break-even sale. You have already studied in your course what is break-even sale, what is a margin of safety. Many times we are not looking into these aspects. It is very much important while preparing the break-even sales and all this stuff. Then profit and loss statement, balance sheet, etc. While preparing, I'm not bringing jargons to this because in these schools, students are afraid when talking in terms of financial statements and so on. So that I'm not venturing to that particular area. I just point out some of the mistakes I found in these business plans. Your sales is 1 crore. In a particular business plan, I'd see the sales figure is 1 crore, sometimes 50 lakhs, something like that. But profit from that business is more than the sales figure. This will not happen. So when you are preparing the profit and loss statement or balance sheet or any other ratio analysis, what you are doing, don't bluff. If you don't know, don't venture anything. You take a support from any other your seniors or any other professionals and so on. If you are in a college, you can ask the support of your seniors, because balance sheet, I can see balance sheet should be tallied both sides, the asset side and the liability side should be matched. For that, need not to go for any accounting principle, nothing like that, because the capital or owner's capital is equal to asset minus liability. This is a simple formula. Owner's capital plus liability equal to asset. This is a simple formula you ever keep in mind, because no need to debit, credit, whatever, no need to study. Simple formula you keep in mind. Capital plus liability equal to asset. This you can rotate any combination. Similarly, I'm not going to deep into that because I have to wind up in another 5 minutes time, I think. Manoj, we have time up to 12 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah. We can have to.
Okay. Then I will quickly go through this. So while preparing the balance sheet, profit and loss account, you can prepare it to 5 years projection and so on. Cash forward, like a cash flow statement. Cash flow statement should contain the flow from the operating activity, flow from the financing activity, flow from the investing activity. So that has to be kept in mind. Then timing, balance sheet, trend, all these things I have already discussed. Then of course the risk management. Every business have risk. You have to see how to manage this risk. Then legal issues and confidentiality. And when you are doing a business, there are a lot of legal and requirements are there. You have to comply with the GST. You have to comply with the income tax. You have to, if in case you are companies in a corporate form, you have to stay with the company law matters and many more labor laws. If you have intellectual property rights, you have to go for IPRs, intellectual like a patent, copyright, and so on, depending on the business or service where you are. So all these aspects it should be taken in your mind. Then you have to consider the social aspects of the business. I take an example of McDonald's. Now we are all familiar with the burger. Many places in India, you will get vegetable burger. Many areas, you cannot ask for the beef burger. They are also coming with the beef burger also. So you have to see the social aspects of the product. Then otherwise, you will be thrown away from the scene. So that aspects should be taken. Similarly, political aspects has to be taken. The stability of the government, of course, now in the state as well as center, we have a stable government supporting the business industry, and they are giving a lot of push to the industry. Then economic aspects, legal aspects, and of course, the changing technology aspect of also you have to taken. That you can just think spelt as for social aspects, P for economic aspect, E for economic aspect, L for legal aspects, T for technology aspect. You can just a simple formula to recollect all these things. Then selling your business, I have discussed, because these investors want to exit from this business and make profit of this. I'm just showing some of the entrepreneurs in the 1 billion team from India and especially from Kerala. If these gentlemen able to make it, why can't you? You have a good idea of business. You have enough learning from the B school. Then one day we'll expect you are also join this team. The Byju's app, then Muthoot Group, and also we have many of the other entrepreneurs also from here in Thrissur. And finally, your product also should be understandable to the common man. Okay, this is very important. Your product and service should be understandable to the common man also. Now here, I'm just summing up the business plan. What are the contents to be there? The table of contents. You should have a executive summary and you should have a table of sections and chapters. And of course, as discussed, you have to give the company background information and what is your business idea, how we are going to implement this. And of course, your management team and organization structure and operational plan. You should have an operational plan. You should have a market plan. You should have a financial plan. Any other information, assumptions, like the capacity utilization. In the first year, you might have projected the capacity utilization of 50%, then 10%, whatever. Some assumptions you might have been chosen while preparing the business plan that should be given. Then annexes, any key terms, reference, etc. Then my humble suggestion is make it very brief, and brevity is the important word in the communication. Then avoid maximum technical jargons. In case you are using, you can give the explanation also. Otherwise, the person who is reading your document may not be able to understand the jargons. So never blame the people for not backing you. Blame yourself for not having persuaded them to back you. There are plenty of the organization, financial institutions are there, venture capitalists are there to help and support you in your new endeavor. Never blame people for not backing you, because blame yourself for not having pursued them to back you. So your business plan is the story of your business. Please convince them. Then your journey towards the entrepreneurship, no turn, not issue. Then, of course, the business without morality will destroy you, because this is very important at this age, because many times the business is moving unethically also. So we have to remind the words from our Mahatma Gandhi: business without morality will destroy all of us. Sure, your business plan, if it is not prepared properly, if you are not planned very well, what is going to happen? If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So while preparing the business plan, you have to go through all these aspects very meticulously. Plan it well, whether it is a market plan, whether it is operational plan, whether it is a financial plan, whatever may be, you go in details. If you fail to plan, you are definitely planning to fail. And I think we have some more time. Manoj?
Definitely you
Shall
can.
we go for Q&A sessions?
Yeah, sure. We can.
So I am, time being, I am stopping my share screen. I request students, in case you have any questions, either you can put the questions in chat box. Manoj?
Yeah. I also I request all the students, if you have any queries, please either you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat box.
Questions may be simple. Don't feel bad, because many other participants also having same doubts in their mind. So when you are asking your question, no issue at all. It will be very beneficial to all the participants also.
As a senior member and the judge of the last 2-3 business plan contest, I request Ramaswamy sir to have a few comments on if you have any additional comments or anything to be added which you have found.
Okay. I will try. I was listening to Sony's presentation very carefully. I would just say that it's a very exhaustive presentation. I mean, in a subject like this, you can never be 100% exhaustive within a period of 1 hour, because teaching how to prepare a business plan is probably something that will take several hours or days or something like that. So within the time available, to be able to prioritize the various subjects and then explain in such great detail, I think it requires skill, and I think Sony has done an excellent job. I don't know if I have offhand a few things to add. Maybe 2 or 3 comments I can add. Sony mentioned about right in the beginning when I was talking about the marketing aspect, the need to focus on the consumer. This is absolutely important, and this is the mistake very many people make. What they do is, instead of focusing on the consumer or focusing on the consumer need, they focus on the product because they get very excited about the new product idea that they have developed. They sometimes ignore to consider in what way that product will add value to a consumer. Sometimes they forget to consider that there may already be a product, not the same product, but some other product, which is already catering to the need that they are planning to cater. These are things that students and even budding entrepreneurs, these are mistakes they make. The clear focus on the consumer, on the needs of the consumer, are therefore absolutely important and paramount. On more than one occasion, I have, during my few interactions with the students, mainly as a member of the panel of judges, I think, of this business plan contest or some other contest, I have referred to an excellent article, almost a legendary article, that appeared, I think, more than 50 years ago in the Harvard Business Review by Dr. Theodore Levitt. And it is called Marketing Myopia. I would strongly urge all students to get hold of that article and read it. It is not easy to get hold of because it's pretty old, and I don't think you can download or get copies of it. But if anybody is interested, I can try to get hold of a PDF version of that article and circulate it. I don't have it with me right now. I have read it during my student days, straight from that particular issue of Harvard Business Review. But it is so interesting, and I think that article set off a lot of changes in the way businesses approached their businesses aspect, because it's all about defining what business you are in. That was the subject of the article. I mean, it talked about railroad companies of those days who did lots of things to improve their service, but the customers didn't come to them. And he explains why they didn't come to them. I don't want to go into more detail. That will take a lot of time. So I would strongly urge students to somehow get hold of that article and read it. And if my assistance is required in some way, I'm willing to try and help. I'm willing to see if I can get hold of that article from the old issue of Harvard Business Review and download it and circulate it. That's one. Second is, I would say this second is for a budding entrepreneur to be always ready and always prepared. Very important. It's not enough just to put together a big business plan and forget about it. You won't succeed. You need to do 2 things. Number one, keep that business plan always updated, because every day things change. The market changes, the financial environment changes. You may get new ideas. So whatever it is, there is a need to keep that business plan always updated. And secondly, to be ever ready, in the sense, ever ready to make a presentation. You don't always get a lot of notice to make a presentation. There is an interesting concept. I don't know how many have heard about it. It is called the elevator pitch. It's something that's commonly taught in the United States. The way it is described is as follows. Let's say there is somebody, one could be a budding entrepreneur, could be even an employee of a company, and you're going to some office, entering the elevator, and it will take 2 or 3 minutes for the elevator to reach where you're going, because probably on the 50th or 60th floor. And there enters a person that is very difficult to get an appointment with. Maybe the chairman of the company you're working for, or head of some venture capital firm, or somebody like that. And you have the chance of a lifetime to spend 2 minutes with that person while you are in the elevator. And if you are able to make a pitch with that person during that 2 minutes and impress him, you have done a great service to yourself, because if that person is impressed with what you have to say, he will probably keep that in his mind. He'll remember it, and a lot of things will follow after that. It's called the elevator pitch. I mean, there is no formula or anything. It's just that this particular expression explains why it is important to be always ready and always prepared. Third is, there is, I don't know how many are aware of it. There is a very good, very interesting program on television, on our Indian television, on the Doordarshan channel. I watch it from time to time. It is, I think the name of the title of the program is Startup Champions. And the kind of people they bring into that program are excellent, absolutely top class. You can hear successful startups, young entrepreneurs who have succeeded in building businesses. You can hear their stories, how they developed the idea, how they went about it, and all that sort of thing. I mean, in the last 1 week, I have watched on that very program 2 successful entrepreneurs from Kerala. One is this person who has developed this product called Jackfruit 365, which is a big success story. All that he has done is, of course, he has done a lot of research. He has developed a product which is basically raw jackfruit powder. And it's got, I believe, so many health benefits, can control diabetes or whatever it is. It's an excellent product. It is, well, I saw this on the TV and then I went and bought the product from Amazon. And I've been using it. And there is another one, somebody who developed a robotic tree climber. And I believe it's a successful startup. Instead of people having to climb one tree after another, this one climbs these, I think, coconut trees or whatever it is, to collect, I think, sap from the fruits or whatever. So it's not these 2 ideas. Basically, what I'm saying is you get a lot of useful information by watching this program. If I don't know if people are aware that there is such a program, but if they are not, I think it's a good idea to spend that 1 hour. It gets repeated, I think, a few times during the day. I don't remember the channel number, but I think that varies with the service provider. So 3 offhand points I had, and these are those 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your
Thank you, Ramasamy sir, for your insights and
thank you, Joy Joseph sir. He has already told that the article "Marketing Myopia" is available in the net. So please, students, thank you, Joy sir.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he has already searched and provided the thing. Thank you, sir.
It is available in the net. Okay.
Yeah.
So before conclude,
let me just.
I have forwarded it to TMA official channel.
Yes. Thank you, Joy Joseph sir. As rightly mentioned by Ramasamy sir, it is not easy to describe all the aspects of the business plan in a short span of time, like in a 35 to 45 minutes. But I try my level best to put everything under a slide, and you may not be able to recollect everything, but I have a simple formula to remember all those things. So just think the business plan is your story that you are going to tell to your investor or stakeholder or for your internal purpose, and it should contain an executive summary, and it should contain the table of contents, what are the inside that executive business plan, and you have to elaborate upon the company background and what is your business idea, what is a product of service, whether it is a novel product, whether it is a commercially feasible, whether it is a technically feasible, and of course you have to elaborate about your management team and organization structure, of course, and you have to mention your operation plan, you have to mention about your marketing plan, and of course you have to emphasize the financial plan, how we are achieve this, what are the numbers, in how many years it's a payback period, break-even analysis, profit and loss statement, balance sheet, etc., etc., will form part of this. And of course, there is a ratio analysis. You have to analyze the GP ratio, net profit ratio, debt service coverage, debt equity ratio, because when you are going for the bank, this debt equity ratio, debt service coverage ratio, interest coverage ratio is also having lot of importance. So please try to include all those things in the financial plan and include the assumptions, whatever you are bringing in preparing this business plan, and keep annexes for key terms and references and so on. So these are the simple formula to prepare a business plan. You can put everything under this brand umbrella. Also, you remember the spell formula. You have to see the social impact. You have to see the political stability, etc., economic viability, and legal formalities, and of course the technical aspects of the project. Please keep this in mind. And thank you, student chapter convener Manoj, and president of TMA, Dr. VM Xavier, Vice President Vinod Manila, for giving this opportunity. And I thank, because the active participation of our students, I thank your patient listening. In case you have some more doubts or clarity is required, you can contact me at any point of time. I'm just giving my contact details. You can call me at any point of time. This is my contact point. You can contact me, especially during your business plan contest. In case you have come across with any difficulty, please stay in touch with me. I am ready to help each one of you. Please stay safe and wear the mask. Stay home and stay safe. With this, I conclude my speech or to organizers. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sony. Now I request Dr. VM Xavier, President of TMA, for his concluding remarks.
Sony CL sir, it was so wonderful. You spoke in detail and in a very simple manner how to prepare a business plan. As I told you in the beginning, business plan will help you where you want to go, what you want to do. It contains A to Z of the proposed business. So when you want to get a loan from a bank or a financial institution, they will give the loan not seeing your face. They will see what is in the project report. So the project report is a very detailed description about what you are going to do. And Sony sir has described what are the contents to be included in the project report. In short, it should contain everything like marketing, everything like finance, everything like HR, everything like product, everything like manufacturing, everything regard fund flow, everything regard break-even point, everything regard cash flow, everything with regard to the schedule of operations, everything. So the financier will be able to understand what is the project, how much money you require, what will be the future of the business. So this is a very good subject that you have to learn. And also, when there is a project report, it will be helpful to you where you are after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years. So you can have a check whether you are going according to the plan you have submitted. So that will be an eye-opener to you whether you are going ahead according to your plan. So These are the two basic advantages of preparing a project report. And of course, your personal background is also important. Whether you are a learned person, whether you are an experienced person. And so the personal remarks, also personal qualities also figure out when the banker gives the loan for a particular project. Anyway, it was so wonderful, so useful, so simple. And he has also agreed to give you free consultation. He's a chartered accountant by profession. Normally, when you go for consultation, they may require money, but CS Sony sir is very student friendly.
For students, it is free, sir.
Yeah, he's a very student friendly person. He will not charge anything at all. So you can make use of that advantage, and he'll be always with you, and you can become a very successful entrepreneur in your life. And also you can help so many other people also. So with that words, once again, I congratulate CS ODCL for coming forward for delivering something useful to the student community. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you, Sevir.
Thank you,
Sevir, sir. Vinod Manjula, sir, are you there?
He's not there.
Is not there. And I think
I'm there. Yes.
Yeah, sir, as a businessman, can you comment on the business plans?
I think enough has been given. I should not, add more. But just to add one small point is like here we talked about the financial aspect, how to plan the project. Ramaswamy sir spoke about the elevated pitch, and our president spoke in totality. At the end of it, look within you and see, do you have the entrepreneurial spirit in you? If you have the calling, go for it. That's all, in short words.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Now over to Mr. Pradap Varki, Honorary Secretary of TMA, for vote of thanks. Pradap Varki, sir, are you there? I think he is not there. So I am taking myself the charge of proposing the vote of thanks. Thank you, CS Sony CL, for volunteering to participate in the volunteering to take the webinar on how to present a excellent effective business plan. It was a really great session, and we really appreciate your effort. I believe you have taken so much efforts to prepare the presentation for the benefit of students, and you have taken great research and all this thing. You are the ET business plan and everything you have taken. Thank you very much. It was really effective for the students, and thank you for your time. Thank you for volunteering the thing. That was the most important thing, volunteering thing. And I thank President of TMA, Dr. VM Xavier, for presiding over the function and delivering the effective presidential address as the concluding remarks. Thank you, Senior Vice President Vinod Manjula, for welcoming the gathering as well as for the concluding comments. And I would like to thank, extremely thankful to T.N. Ramaswamy sir for the wonderful comments he has given. I was there for the full day when he was doing the judging of the business plan contest, and the extent of nitty-gritty to the extent where he had went, and the comments which he had given to the students. I believe that if the students are really sincere to the thing, it would have been really helpful to them. And if they are going to turn into an entrepreneur, I believe the advice Ramaswamy sir and today what Sony had given will definitely benefit. Thank you, past President VP Joseph sir, then Joy Joseph sir, who immediately provided that marketing is available in the net. Thank you, Achutamanan sir, and I believe all the TMA members who was there, all the TMA members, managing committee members, past presidents, and the faculty members. I believe I had contacted faculties from agriculture universities, Sahrdaya, Nehru School of Management, Elijah College of Management, then John Mathai Center, wherever the faculties had informed the students, and we had good participation. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. If I missed out, sorry. And I believe, and wonderful students, hopefully students, you have taken up some benefits from this thing. And as Sony sir told, if you have any queries, you can contact him. Thank you very much. Thank you. President, can I wind up the meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, with the permission of the president. Yeah.
Yeah. You declare that this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.